if we don't notice a mistake right away, we can still fix those mistakes from the review sync screen if the time has not yet been synchronized. So let's go ahead and talk about how to do that. Let's say, once again, we've got a runner coming in. Let's go ahead and enter that time. And let's say we immediately enter that runner as headed out. But then he tells us, oh, sorry, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to have some food. I'm going to take a rest. And we realize we need to delete this time that we've just entered. We can go to our review sync screen. You'll notice if times are still black, again, keep in mind, this means they have not been synchronized with OpenSplit time. That means that the only place this data lives is in your local device. And what that means is that we can tap on one of these times and we can simply delete it. So just by doing that, we've now deleted that time, and we can wait until bib number 8 is ready to actually leave, and then we can re-enter that time from our live entry screen. So let's say now a couple of minutes have gone by. Runner 8 says, yep, I'm now headed out. Great. We'll go ahead and type him in again. We'll say he's out. And now when we go back to our view screen, we'll see the new out with the new time up here. We can now synchronize those times. Now, let's say runner 8, we just noticed he is also with a pacer. And we're wondering if we can change these times when the runner has a pacer. Well, let's go ahead and look about how we would do that. If we slide over and we click on our review sync screen, we can see these are now green, which means they have already been synced. If we tap on one of these times, you'll see we'll get a message. This time has already been synced. Do you want to create a replacement time? We don't have a way from OST Remote to reach out and delete or update time information in OpenSplit time. And that's by design. We don't want to have data changing out from under us from remote devices. What we can do is we can submit a duplicate time that will be picked up by the administrator who's running OpenSplit time from your headquarters. Now, I'm going to click no here for now because I just want to point something out. Notice that this time, 23:21:08, we don't want this time to change. If we, let's say we notice this runner was going out with a pacer, the only thing we want to change is that the runner has a pacer. What we don't want to do is to go back to live entry screen, type 8, and then say he's got a pacer and put him out again. Let's see what happens if we do that. If we enter that time and then we go back, you'll see now we've got runner 8 with a pacer, showing with a pacer, but you'll show him going out a couple of minutes after he actually left the aid station. So we don't want to do this because this will become confusing having an incorrect time. So let's go ahead and just delete that time, which has not been synced, so we can just delete it right away. So what happens if we want to change something that we've already synchronized? Well, we can tap on this. We can say, yes, we want to create a replacement time. And you'll notice when this comes up, it will have the old time still here. We can say, this runner had a pacer, and we can say, create a new entry. Now, what that does is it creates a new entry with the same time, 23:21:08. You can see that matches with the time up here, and we can go ahead and synchronize that time now. That's the proper way to edit a time. This is especially important when you are dropping a runner who you initially believed was not going to drop. So let's say, for example, we've got a new runner who's come through, and this runner comes into the aid station and seems okay, doesn't mention anything about dropping, but then let's say let's say we go in, we synchronize this time, this runner is in, okay, we have success. And now let's say a few minutes later, this runner comes to you and says, look, I can't go any farther, I'm going to drop at this point. Now, once again, if we were to enter this runner's bib number and indicate that the runner is dropping and then enter this time, what we're going to get is a duplicate, or rather not a duplicate, we're going to get a different time that the runner didn't actually come into the aid station. This is not what we want. We don't want to have two times showing one coming in without a drop and another a minute later that shows a drop. This will cause some confusion at headquarters, and it will cause some problems. So ideally, we don't want to do this. We want to delete this time now. Well, let's just not enter it to begin with. But instead, if we've already synced the time, but we know this runner is now dropping, we can simply click here and once again tell it to create us a duplicate time, say that this runner is dropping, create a new entry. Now here again, we have a duplicate time, 23:24:36. This is exactly the same time, but now shows a drop. When we synchronize this time, because it has an identical time to the earlier one, that should replace automatically and indicate that that runner has dropped.